Alright guys, this video is going to be a bit serious video. Sorry, looking at my nose. It's bad peeling bad and probably looks really crappy on video. But it's going to be a crappier quality audio because I ain't got my mic on. So obviously, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be telling you about the scariest days of my life. And surprisingly, these happened at school. It's crazy to wrap my head around some of these, but I could say the first one. This is actually towards the beginning of the year, where the day of the solar eclipse of last year, the day of it, here in my part of the town. And so pretty much what happened is we were about to transition to new classes. Like, it was passing periods in between classes, and so you heard a big boom. And it's crazy, I made this comment. The lights started flickering. I'm like, I don't want to die. It's crazy I made the comment. It wasn't that long after that, 30, 45 seconds, maybe even a minute. It wasn't honestly long at all. I was standing in my next class's line to enter the classroom. Fire alarm went off. And we all knew that this was something serious because of the loud boom. You could hear it throughout the school. It echoed throughout the whole school. And then the lights flickering. And so pretty much what exactly happened, it's, I walk outside after my teacher was commanding me, put your stuff down and get outside, nice and calmly yelling it a little bit because it was all scary. Evacuated. As you look to my right, I want to walk out there, I look to my right, and all I see is fire and smoke just pouring out of our school's generator, just pouring out of it. Like, I'm not even, it's crazy how to explain it. Like, it was worse than a house fire. I'm not even kidding. Like a huge house fire. No, it was worse than that. There was so much smoke. And well, when we got out there, we were so close to it. Like, some kids were evacuating right next to it. Fortunately, I wasn't, but other kids were. It was crazy to think about. But so I walk outside, we get out there. I have my phone on me because at our school we used to be allowed to have our phones on us, on the person, but not out and using it. So I pulled out my phone, turned on my phone, texted my mom, our school is on fire because our generator is on fire. And all we heard is that the generator blew up, something happened, I was on fire. Fire department was there within 45 seconds of me even being outside. I was there. I ruined my light up shoes. Because I ended up tripping, got a bloodied knee and bloodied hand because I tripped over a kid's foot. But, oh, yeah, that's a nice looking bird. But when I got out there, we had to evacuate away from the school even more towards our track. Like, it was like almost next to the road, so we had to like dart across the road. Because there's like a road going to the back of our school, because that's where it happened. So we had to dart across that road. That's where I tripped and fell and bloodied up my knee and my hand. And then after that, what happened is we stood there. Keep in mind, the solar eclipse was gonna happen. We were gonna go outside and watch the solar eclipse. We got our glasses outside, so they were able to go back inside after they put out the fire, because it was a major fire, but it didn't light the whole school on fire. It just blew up the generator. So they were able to go back inside, grab our solar eclipse glasses. Actually, I think they were extra from the high school at our town, because the high school's not that far. So they brought them to us, and then we were unable to go back into the school. There's so much carbon dioxide in our gym and they thought like it was so bad, like there was so much that they thought the fire actually went into the gym because there was so much, but it didn't. And they evacuated us to the high school. We stayed at the high school for a good 3-4 hours, just sitting there playing on our phones, getting on our Chromebooks. Well, some kids getting on their Chromebooks. And I missed the eclipse, pretty much. I missed most of the eclipse. I got to see the little rays on the ground, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, scary. And then we didn't go to school for the next 2 days because of that fire. It was really scary at first. Actually, the day before we went back to school, we were actually able to go inside the school, get our stuff, and just get out. Yeah. They had fans running, like doors open, fans running all night, all day, all night, just firefighters sitting there just blowing all that carbon dioxide out of there. because it was really, really high levels. So it was really scary, but now we go back and we just find the errors. So now at our school we have 2 different policies. When we have a fire drill or actual fire, if it's in the back of the school, they'll yell evacuate the front, like they'll go to the intercom, evacuate the front. Or if it's in the front of the school, they will tell us to evacuate the back of the school. But yeah, we've made several changes to how we do stuff now. And you go to your first period, which is alphabetically ordered, so I'm way on the corner of our school, because my first period starts with a B. I'm not going to say her name. But, and then, second scariest day of my life, our school had several threats over a week or two, the whole school year we've had several threats. And not too far from us, and I'm not even kidding, like less than an hour from us, 2 people were killed or shot in a school, and several more were injured. That was actually Marshall County, so Marshall strong. But they came over the intercom, and I was pretty sad, honestly, just hearing it over the intercom. My principal was like, we had some severe things happen here close to us, and our whole state was just hurt so bad. Especially our school being so close. I actually shot archery tournaments there at Marshall. My sister actually played softball in that field where the actual thing happened. So it was just normal day. Nothing really happened. I go to the YMCA because it's really close to our school. I just walk right to it. And I'm sitting outside because I got my wife there. Just it's a beautiful day. And all I hear is, woo! And just seeing the lights and just going to the back of our school. And the crazy thing is, we seen people running. They ran all the way. They ran across our track straight to the YMCA. A teacher was locked into the football concession stands. She had a few candy bars in there. That's what she told me. But they were on lockdown. The whole school went on lockdown because the first thing that was told to us is there was a guy with a gun and he was inside the school. That's the last thing we knew. So the police routed up into the school and they just pushed the complete school and just stayed in there searching for a good hour and a half. So you got to stay in there. And then we got more info. There was a guy that robbed the close Rite Aid, which is right next to the school. Robbed Rite Aid with a parent rifle, which later learned was just a pair of pliers to remove the tag off the beer that he stole. So he went there and stole beer and cigarettes. After he went and stole the beer and cigarettes, he apparently allegedly went running to the school, which we later found out that wasn't true either. So, but the reason how they knew they didn't have a gun is because they went back and watched the CCTV footage, and they realized it was a pliers, not a rifle. But with like the liquor and stuff where they was positioned, it could easily look like a rifle. And then after that, we pretty much just, I stayed at the YMCA actually went on lockdown. And the immediate thing I worried about was Miss Johnson. She's one of my favorite. I said her name. We have to bleep that out. But this is the principal. And she's my favorite out of all the staff, honestly. Some people don't like her, but I really like her. She's really nice. And I just, it was so many mixed feelings and stuff. I was upset, I was scared, I was nervous. It was so many emotions mixed together. But in the end, it was just a stupid idiot going to rob a store with a pair of pliers, taking over the beer, tag off the beer, and then he drove towards the school. Yeah, he drove towards the school, went into the school's parking lot, did some weird like maneuvers or some crap, and drove off, which the police later caught him. He is in jail right now, as I know of. But he's still innocent until proven guilty. I'm not going to say that he was guilty of it, but he's still innocent until proven guilty. But it was just scary. We were told to go inside the Y because I told my mom. I immediately called my mom. I'm like, cops just went lights and sirens to our school. That's the first thing I did. And as I was talking to my mom, people, like teachers and kids, just came running straight into it. Like all the teachers were walking the classrooms. Teachers were thrown into teacher lounges. They couldn't fit any more teachers, so the other teachers just ran out the back door because they couldn't do anything else besides run for their lives for what they knew. So after that, they pretty much stayed in there for about 3 hours until they actually released out of school. They had to stay an hour and a half just on lockdown until the cops came and got them. They had rifles pointed at their faces the whole time when they were being evacuated to the gym. And then they had to stay in the gym for an hour and a half so they could let the media get up and so they don't want to interview and stuff. And then they were released to go back home. We did have school the next day, unfortunately. But pretty much what I want to tell y'all is, if you hear something, it may not always be true. Don't go like straight to assuming things, unless it's like somebody might have a gun, and then you want to assume that, like, you don't want to like immediately assume. But if you think you've seen one, then you want to notify the cops. If you think if you see a weapon, you want to notify the cops, especially during a robbery. But now, like I said, what I want to teach y'all is just don't go jumping into conclusions. Everything like I said, everything you may hear may not be true. So if you want to figure out yourself, just go and do your own research. Don't listen to it from a buddy or your parent or something. Like, you may be able to trust your parents, but I honestly, if they tell you about something like that, I'm going to recommend you to do your own research on it. Like I said, don't always watch the news. Don't always believe the news. Go and do your own research. Even though the news may be the only thing out there, just so, don't take their word for it. You want to take your own word. You want to believe in yourself. But, I mean, so something so simple like that can turn into a huge thing like it was. But, and if you're ever in one of these situations, your school catches on fire, there's a possible gunman at your school, just stay calm and just know people have experienced what you're experiencing. And it was just one of the scariest days of my life. It's been awesome to talk to you about this kind of stuff. And I'll catch y'all later.